Well, this video is for gun owners in House District 29. This is Harrison, Ohio, Miamitown, New Haven, areas around that. My name is Chris Dorr. I'm the director for Ohio Gun Owners, and I've spent the last decade fighting for the expansion and protection of our right to keep and bear arms at the State House in Columbus. But today, I want to speak to you plainly about your state representative, Cindy Abrams. You elected her to represent you in Columbus, but right now, she is using her position of power as the Public Safety Committee chairwoman to block the most important gun legislation that Ohioans have seen in very many years, and she's doing it deliberately. Let me explain what's happening really quickly. This past summer, working with gun owners statewide, we introduced 3 pro-gun bills. The first one is House Bill 382. We call it the Second Amendment Protection Act. It prohibits Ohio law enforcement from ever enforcing federal gun control laws. Great bill. House Bill 495, the Freedom to Carry Act, that expands your right to carry any legally owned firearm or weapon that you have in your vehicle. And then House Bill 498, which is the Ohio Self-Defense Act. It strengthens protections for law-abiding citizens who act in self-defense of themselves, in defense of themselves or their families. These bills have widespread support from other legislators, from other grassroots patriots, and from gun owners across the state. They have enough co-sponsors to move. One of them in particular has the majority of the Republican caucus on board as co-sponsors. But bills don't pass just because they're well-written or popular. They need hearings. They need legislative hearings in committee. They need votes. And here's the problem. All 3 of these bills were assigned to the Public Safety Committee, where your representative, Cindy Abrams, is the chairwoman. Now, she has refused to schedule even a single hearing on these bills, not one. And while the Ohio House is in session, while other committees are meeting and other bills are moving forward, Representative Abrams has kept her committee shuttered. The excuse she gives to everybody on the committee is that she's too busy to take up gun bills, but that's not the truth. And everyone in Columbus knows it. She doesn't want to move these bills. And worse, she doesn't want you, her voters, to realize what she's doing behind the scenes. But let me be clear here. She's not just blocking pro-gun bills. She's blocking your voice. She's blocking your priorities and your rights. She's blocking other legislation, for example, that prohibits the Chinese from buying Ohio farmland. And because she knows these bills have overwhelming support among Republicans, she's deliberately trying to kill them quietly behind closed doors with no debate and no accountability. This is not the behavior of someone who believes in upholding the Second Amendment, and certainly not the behavior of someone who respects the people she's supposed to represent. And I've seen this personally in the halls of the State House, and when asked if she was going to move the gun bills that Ohioans deserve, she said, "F you." Literally. Now, if you believe in gun rights, transparency, and open debate, if you believe that your representative should advance the bills her own supporters voted her in for, then this matters. Rep. Abrams is working for someone or something else, it seems, and only you guys can fix that. And that's why I'm asking you to do one simple thing as a result of this video. Call Cindy Abrams at 614-466-9091 and tell her very simply, Representative Abrams, I'm your constituent. Even if you disagree with the Second Amendment, I expect you to uphold the legislative process by scheduling hearings on House Bill 382, 495, and 498 immediately. I don't think you can make it any clearer than that. That's pretty simple and straightforward. Career politicians like Cindy win their elections by campaigning on fighting the Democrats during election season, but they block your rights once safely in office, hoping that you never notice. I would submit that she must not be given a pass on thwarting the Ohio official legislative process. You have the right to demand that your representative actually represent you, and it's long past time that she's held accountable on the basis of her record, not her rhetoric. Actions speak louder than words. And right now, Cindy Abrams is telling you, through her inaction or actions, that your rights are not a priority. Let's make sure that she hears from the people she's supposed to serve. Let's make it unmistakably clear. You work for us, and it's time to do your job.